Hi, welcome back to the Jac and Glen channel. I'm Jackie.
And I'm her husband, Glenn.
He's my husband, Glenn.
Hey, before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that bell notification so you miss any of our reviews. Today we're reviewing Ready to Love Season 7, Episode 1. They're in Miami. I like Miami. Good place.
Apparently.
Oh, Miami's fun. Been there. Anyway, Ready to Love Season 7, Episode 1. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit that bell notification so you miss any of our reviews.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. Okay. So, let's do it like this. First of all, we meet Samson.
Mm-hmm.
Light-skinned brother, bald head with beard.
Yep.
48, sorry.
48 years old.
And he's a life coach. Yeah, and he said his thing is he likes a beautiful woman, but he'll take brains over Botox. So he wants a real woman.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like, I need some curves. I don't want no straight up and down. That's Samson.
That's Samson.
And we'll see, like, a lot of the ladies is feeling Samson.
Mm-hmm.
He alright. Next up, then we meet April. She's 46. She's a professional singer. And she's like, basically, you know, I'm going to try to hold all this in. Because, you know, I'm beautiful and I'm fit. But I'm trying not to flaunt it.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. But she's flaunting it to one person. That she's already willing to ready to give her heart to, right? And she's really ready to give her heart to. We'll get to him later, but she's like, he can have my whole heart. He can have it right now. She fall in love on day one.
A mess. Then we meet Trinika. Trinika's 36. She's a growth and innovation director, whatever that is.
I wonder what she's growing.
I don't know. Business, I guess.
Businesses.
Okay. And so she says of herself, I'm a whole vibe. Yeah, she was like, you know, if you're looking for big breasts, I got that. If you're looking for a small waist, I got that. But I got the hips and the thighs for you too, and the booty. She was like, I got it. But
she's a total package.
Whichever body part is your favorite, I have it.
She believes she's the total package. So, hey.
Mm-hmm. But the only thing is, she comes with a broken wrist. She said,
yeah, she fell.
She said she fell and broke her wrist.
And scratched her knee up. If you watched when she came in, she had band-aids on her knee. Not like my man Mitch from Married at First Sight with his head bandaged up. But she had some band-aids on her knee, and she broke her wrist days before taping.
Yeah, so she came in with a splint on. Alright, and the one thing I will say about her, she's never been married.
Yeah. She
did say that she's never been married. Alright, then we meet Sharice. She's 43. She's an anesthetist. Alright. And she says, I'm a boss lady. I'm independent and everything, but I'm not a diva. I beg to differ.
She's a diva. Yo, she's going to be a full... you can tell now that she's going to be a lot this season. Yes. Even by the way that she was already talking about other castmates later on. So she's a full mess. And I think drama's going to stay around her until they get her out of there.
Yeah.
So...
yeah. And I will say this about Sharice also. She shares later that she's never been married. Mm-hmm. She doesn't have any kids. Somebody makes a comment that I think would probably apply to her too, but we'll get to that when he says it. But then we meet Calvin. He's 45.
Yeah. He's
a contract manager. And he says, you know, I'm the full package. Well, unfortunately, him dropped the bomb. We didn't get to see the whole package because he had a family emergency come up. His mom called, and so he had to leave. And so he left the process altogether, even before it started.
Even before it started. He felt like he didn't want to rob anybody of being involved and then being away.
Yeah, but some of the ladies was feeling him already. Another bald-head gentleman with the facial hair.
That's the theme on Ready to Love. If you watch Ready to Love, there's more bald-head gentlemen with beards than any other TV show on television.
Yeah, bald-head gentleman. And... that salt and pepper gray look, goatee and everything. Yeah, but they didn't get a chance to go any further with that with him. Then we see Brandy. Brandy is like a ball of fun. Like she came in her orange. She had her orange shades on, the flip-up shades, and you know she's just fun, having a good time. I liked her vibe. I liked her.
She's a flight attendant. What flight attendant have you met that you didn't like? Right? They all bubbly and fun. I haven't met one. I fly a lot. I haven't met one I didn't like. So she's bubbly and fun. and know how to entertain a crowd.
And she's one of the people that thought that Calvin was cool and attractive, but she missed her chance. She said she doesn't have any kids, but she does want them. Then we meet Alonzo. Alonzo, bald-headed as well. Big old beard. I mean, way up here.
I was confused.
Big old beard.
They got him being as a real estate investor. Maybe that's what he does now. But then he retired as what?
He said he was a medical device rep.
Yeah, medical device rep, and he retired. So I guess he retired to being a medical device rep, and now he's a real estate investor.
Right, that's what he said.
Okay.
And he's excited to meet everybody. And I wrote here, but I don't know if that was for somebody else, unless somebody else has one too. So I'm gonna get back to that. Then we meet Miss Cadian. She better be. She's 35. She's a beauty industry entrepreneur, and I was gonna say she's very pretty.
Yes.
Well put together. One thing about it.
And very outspoken.
One thing about it. These Miami women did not come to play. The bathing suits is definitely giving boob action.
And booty cheeks.
But lots of boob.
And a lot of booty.
Lots of boob coming out the bottom, the side, the middle.
You had to know it was Miami, right? they were gonna come out bringing it, and not like it's DC or anywhere else. Miami was gonna bring their game.
Right. But yeah, she's a beauty industry entrepreneur. The one thing in talking to Alonzo that she could feel, she was like, okay, he's retired, so he could do what he wants to do on his time. I like that, you know. And then we meet Randall. He's 36. He's a personal trainer. Several of the women are feeling Randall. He kind of puts us in the mind what my husband said. He reminds him of Jason.
Jason from the season of Houston.
Yeah, he aight. But a few of the ladies was really feeling him because he seems like a nice guy. He came across really nice. Yeah. But anyway, so in between actually meeting all the other contestants, Tommy comes in and he tells them, you know, we want you to put love at the forefront, not lust. You know, find real love. Got to be vulnerable, and just giving them some instructions as they continue to go forward and let them know, you know, at the end of the pool party, 2 people going to be going home.
Yes.
And so, buckle up.
Hold on tight.
for the ride, and just get to know each other. So then we go forward and we meet Mike. Mike is 42. He's an appliance repair company owner. And Mike is bringing the chocolate. He's bringing the chocolate. He's not bald. Not bald-headed.
Low haircut, man. Mike, to me,
with the nice beard.
Yeah, I told my wife, Mike reminded me of Kimbo Slice a little bit. No, I don't know, maybe it's
Kimbo Slice was never attractive
to whoever.
This man is a looker. Kimbo Slice is no. May he rest in peace. God rest his soul. But he was not a looker. So I'm highly offended you said that Mike reminds me of Kimbo Slice.
I don't know. When I see him, I think Kimbo.
The ladies was liking the chocolate, the beard, the muscles, the tats. It's several guys out there all tatted up. He was one of them. He was one of them. And the one thing I say about Mike is that I think it's Mike. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, he's not. He is from Miami.
Yes.
He's like one of the few people in there that is from Miami. And he said the thing about him is he's not always the type of person to like go out the way and approach a woman, but he knows it's a different kind of process. So I'm going to have to, you know, start mingling and getting to know people and get out of this comfort zone. Then we meet Dominica. She's 42. She's a program analyst, and overall, some of the ladies feel like she's a loudmouth. A little bit too much.
And we come find out she is also a grandma.
Yeah, she's a grandma.
At 42, she's a grandma.
She's a grandma.
So.
Which is, it's not
over the grandma thing.
No.
I think about my grandparents was, yeah. But
no, my grandparents was old. My parents was old though, so.
Yeah, man. My grandparents were grandparents around 40 something, so.
But Dominica is feeling Mike. She was like, he is an Amazing Catch. You know, I bet she been single for 5 years, so she ready to put him on a plate and sop him up with a biscuit. She's feeling Mike.
Yeah.
Feeling Mike. Then we meet Sean. Okay, he's the one I'm about to say kind of go with Sharice. Sean is 38. He's a real estate developer. And he called himself a walking red flag.
Now, if you call yourself a walking red flag, if you know you're a walking red flag, guess what? Everybody else is going to think you are. A walking red flag.
No, he's probably saying that because people have told him that. Because he said, I'm 38, I'm handsome, I'm successful, and I've never been married. And so, you know, those are red flags. Why are you 38, handsome, successful, and ain't never been married?
People start thinking things about you.
They like, something must be wrong with you. So I'm going to relate that to Sharice. Sharice said the same thing. And Sharice is, shoot, how old did I say Sharice was? Sharice, 43.
43. And said she lived in Miami for 16 years. So, is she walking red flag? Yep.
Just as much as Sean is.
Just as much as Sean is. We don't discriminate here. We don't discriminate.
No. Sean said he wants a sophisticated woman that's well-traveled. Somebody that's ready to travel because he likes to travel. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, he's like, it's a lot of folks out here. He's talking to Jay, who we about to talk about next. Jamala. She goes by Jay, though.
But Sean, one thing about them, Sean couldn't remember her name.
That's what I'm about to say.
Oh, okay. Well, see, great minds think alike.
No, that's my point.
Great minds think alike.
Because they were talking, and she was like, do you remember what I do? And he was like, okay, it's this. And what's my name? And he was like, she was like, must not be important enough that you remember my name. Now, that's not fair. He said it, and it's true. He says a lot of people out here, has a lot of names to keep up with just from meeting them today. And some people have a hard time remembering names. I just really said this last night. I was like, sometimes I meet people, I walk away and I don't remember their name. I'll be like, oh my God, what did she say?
They make an impact on your life.
No, I just forget. You just forget.
I make it my business trying to learn the names.
You just forget. But, yeah.
Did you remember my name when you walked away?
Nope.
Whatever.
Nope. And so in talking, they have a whole conversation about, do people get you? She asked Sean, do people get you? And he was like, I mean, yeah, why? She was like, you just come across like you got this dry humor. He was like, dry humor? I don't, what? He said, what's a moist humor then? She was like, ugh.
Moist.
I don't like, no, he said, what's a wet humor?
Yes, then he used the word moist.
And, yeah, what's a wet humor? And really, yeah. What is a wet humor? Never heard of it, but it's a dry one. And he was like, I like to say my humor is moist. And she was like, ooh, moist. And he was like, why do women have a problem with that word moist? I don't know. Maybe it goes back to the clumps. Mike Douglas always got me a little moist.
A little moist.
Maybe that's why. But anyway.
Or that video with my man talking about...
the clumps was before that.
Yeah, clumps.
So just that interaction, and Jay said that Sean was like giving her a surface level vibe.
Yeah.
You know, she'd rather have like an organic attraction and vibe, and you know, not all the goofiness. She said later that she didn't really care for the fact that he was quirky, and some of the other ladies were cool with it, but she was like, I don't do quirky. Then we see Miss Kayla with the cakes.
Yes.
That's what one of the other ladies called her when she was in the pool. Like we said, they giving booty action. Very much giving boobs and booty. And Kayla had the cakes. She's called her Kayla with the cakes. But Kayla is 30. She's a media executive. But she also says she has a talk show on YouTube.
Yep.
And so she says, being in her line of business and how much she works, she said she knows that's affected her love life, and so that's why she's in this place right now.
And Kayla's messy.
It got a little bit, but somebody else was messy first. She gonna tell that, but they started it.
Yeah, they started it, but Kayla was messy.
So we see her talking to a gentleman, and we're introduced to Swayze. Swayze is 33. I would not have thought he was 33. He's a firefighter and a paramedic. Okay, they show him in the firehouse coming down the pole, going to rescue somebody. He talks about you have to deal with shootings every day. He was like, it's kind of stressful, so I want to be able to come home and relax with somebody.
And have bring some positive energy and some fun.
Yes,
he wants positive energy and fun, and we see that with Swayze because he's always joking and laughing. And I can't remember who it was. Like, oh, you laugh and joke too much. I can't even deal with you on that.
I think that was Jay.
Yeah. Jay was like, oh, he laugh and play too much.
But Kayla's feeling him, but she said he does kind of give me player vibes. But we'll see. And then we meet LJ. LJ is 33. He's a government risk specialist. He's been single for 3 years. He shares as he's talking to Shakira, who is 37, and she's a media host and model, in their conversation. So he's been single for 3 years. Him and his, I think he said it was his wife.
Yeah.
But they broke up because of some infidelity, and she was like, oh. He was like, no, it was on her end. It was on her end. He said, but I have dealt with that emotionally. You know, I'm in a good place now. You know, I've dealt with all of that. And he's from the Virgin Islands. He's from the Virgin Islands. Shakira's like, I'm feeling his accent. He's from the Virgin Islands. But he says, you know, coming from this small island to the United States, it's like you have to do more and work harder to get where it is that you're trying to get to. And so he said he has done that. He's got a 6-year-old daughter.
Yes.
And he's also an artist and a singer.
He got 2 jobs.
He's not Jamaican.
And no, not Jamaican, but he's Virgin Islands. He got 2. I don't need Jamaican. He has 2 jobs. He talked about he was an IT specialist and by day and a musician by night. And he even gave him a couple notes.
He did. It was all right. It was all right. But he's feeling Shakira. She's feeling him. Shakira's from Brooklyn. Brooklyn, stand up.
Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Are you from Brooklyn? Give us a thumbs up. I'm not from Brooklyn.
She says she's happy to see LJ, an island guy with the accent. He's not her usual type because he's younger, but she's like, okay, I could deal with it. And then, and them talking, like I said, LJ said he has a 1-year, one daughter that's 6 years old, and Shakira has 1 son. He's 7. Prince Amir.
Prince Amir. Yep.
Okay. Then we meet Justice.
The flavor of the month.
Oh my gosh, he was like, I'm honey, and all the bees was just attracted to me. He was like, I didn't do nothing special, just all the bees was attracted. Another light-skinned brother with the facial hair. Nope, not a bald head though, but yeah. And he is at 42. He's an event planner. And we see him sit down and chat with April. And she actually pulled him away to talk to him. Yeah. And she got real deep. So tell me about your father. Tell me about your parents. Whew, okay, this is heavy for a pool party, but okay.
It wasn't any different from who was that? Sabrina and Walter got into that deep discussion like that, and when they was sitting there by the pool. So I mean, I've seen people getting that. I mean, we've seen people getting that deep discussion very early on the show. So
yeah. So he said he grew up without his dad, raised by a single mother. He had other strong women in his life, his grandmother, and so you know. He felt like I don't deal in curses, he said, it's a blessing because he came out of it the man that he is. They helped to raise him strong. And April says she can relate because her father wasn't in her life and she had strong women raise her too. And he said he didn't need this. This was interesting. He said I really didn't need a father because I was a father myself. So apparently he had his daughter young.
At 17.
He was 17 years old. Yeah, and he said, you know, I'm putting my daughter through college. I helped, you know, I raised her to be a strong woman. And April was like, you know, that's attractive. She was attracted to that.
Man, you can have my whole heart.
That's what she said.
He can get my heart now.
Justice said, you know, he liked talking to April because she talked about things that matter. Then we also meet Looney. Looney is 36. She's a realtor. And she was feeling Justice like, okay, the party done started now. Like, take a little time with him and feel him out. You know, I was like, okay, I don't know what it is about Justice, but they feeling him.
Everybody feeling Justice.
And so, like I said, Tommy informed them that Calvin was eliminated from the process. He drew himself out of the process. And so again, continue to mix and mingle and everything. And so. We see some of the guys and girls sitting down having a conversation. And Shakira basically is like, I don't date guys younger than me. You know, I need a whole man.
That's who got into Shakira and Sweet.
She said, I need a whole man. And he was like, what you trying to say? Because I'm 30. That mean ain't no whole man.
Right.
But and that was a whole big thing. She felt like he played too much. He did make some jokes about it. He was like, you know, I was a teenager and I had a girlfriend that was 28. So he said in his vignette, people said have always said I'm mature for my age. So he was a little shocked by her saying I don't date younger men.
Yeah,
for her, she wasn't feeling him because she was like, everything's a joke. I ain't really like that.
He coming after my neck a little bit.
Yeah. And then the last person we meet is Devin. Devin is 32.
Yeah.
He's a director of sales, but we know that he also is a football player. He said he did a few stints in the NFL. We find out later that he played for the Bills. But he is tatted up. Tatted up.
From the front to the back.
All down his leg.
He's a canvas.
Everywhere. He's tatted up. And...
We find some interesting things about Devin, which Charisse and who was it? Caden, what's her name?
I think it's Cadian.
Cadian did not like. Well, Cadian didn't. Cadian did not. Cadian didn't like it all.
And so I get it. I really do.
She like I can't even deal with him. How can you? What he was? He had a son with a one night stand.
No, sir. Let's go back.
He had a one night stand.
Hold on. I'm gonna get to that.
Okay. Okay. You get there.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Cause they think he's attractive and everything. Charisse is like, he's an athletic type. That's what I'm attracted to and everything. But then when they ask him, does he have any kids? His first response was no.
No. Yeah.
Then he was like, wait, no. Yeah, I do. I have a son. And Katie was like, now Charisse was like this too, but Katie was really like, what? How you gonna say no, you don't have kids, then you come back and say you do have a son? And that's when he explained that, when I was playing for the Bills, we used to go out to the club. I had a one night stand.
The girl was pregnant, and I had a son. Basically, he's 10 years old, and I don't see him.
He said he don't see him, and Katie was like, "How you got a child and you don't see your child?" She was like, "If you have arrangements in place, legal arrangements, court ordered arrangements, you should see your son." And he was like, "That's just it, we don't."
And he said he was trying though. He said we're gonna try to. Now you've been trying for 10 years. I don't know. Maybe he just felt like doing it. But again, Tommy, even when they mentioned it to Tommy like, "Well, you don't see his kid." Like, they're like, bruh, you're a man, grown man. Go see your boy 10 years old. Come on, bruh.
Katie was not feeling it.
Yeah, he's not feeling it.
Now, for Charisse, she was a little more sympathetic. Like, oh, man, that's rough. Because this is his thing. And I feel like that's the reaction. Why he doesn't say it is because of the reaction he got from Katie. He said, he's a little embarrassed of the situation. Yeah. And so he doesn't always bring it up. But he felt like I did a grown man thing. Like I actually talked about it in that space. And I feel good because I didn't hide it. Mm-hmm. I'm not ashamed. And he said Charisse seemed like she understood. And so he appreciated that. So we see Tommy then come and, chat with the ladies and get a feel of, who they're feeling and whatever. And so the consensus was they're feeling Justice, yes. Mm-hmm. They're feeling Mike, Chocolate. They're feeling Randall.
Yes.
They're feeling LJ, Mr. Accent. They're feeling Samson. They not trying to be his Delilah. They liking Samson.
They like Zoe.
And they like Zoe. They like Alonzo. And who they not feeling? Sean. A little bit too quirky for me. Yeah, no. Yeah. Katie said she ain't feeling Devin because of the thing with the son, and they ain't feeling Swayze. They feel like he played too much. He played too much. And so Tommy gathers them around for an elimination, and he pulls up Swayze and Sean, and it's like, in the end, both of them are like, me?
Like, yo.
Me?
Nah. Something going on. Something wrong.
And so in the end, Swayze gets to stay. He's safe. And
Sean, you're out of here.
Tommy says you have to step your game up, man, and do a little bit better. But yeah, Sean is out of there.
Gone.
Yeah,
Sean.
Yeah. And he was like, from this, learn you need to make your goal to make authentic connections and meaningful connections. Go from there. And I couldn't get that out.
And that's what I know.
But it's okay.
Walking red flag gone.
All right, they still got one more elimination that needs to take place. We talked about the fact that, Looney's caught Samson's attention. He said he liked her braids and her teeth and her gums, her smile and everything. They talked about how he's a nature freak.
Yes.
And, he does a lot of hiking or whatever.
You should. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You sure? Mm. You want? Okay. Because, shared that his mother was African American and his father was Persian, which was a unique combination.
Yes, yeah. He said unique combination. They did have some challenges in their marriage.
Yeah.
And but he said his parents do influence his choices. But they had some challenges in their marriage, and he actually sadly said when his parents were separated, you know, before they had a chance to reconcile or whatever, that his father passed away from a car accident.
Yeah.
And he said in that it was tough for his mom to deal with, but he saw how strong she was because she made it out. Looney, we found out she was married for 4 to 5 years, and the issue that she has is that she's not a quick to leave person. She probably doesn't leave out of a bad situation as much as she should have. But she also shared that it's hard for men to leave me. He's like, what? How's that? She was like, because, you know, I'm a loyal person. I'm a stick in there. You know,
she'd rather die.
Even though it might be unhealthy and toxic, again, I probably stay in longer than I should. So she did share that. Jay talks about Randall having a magnetic energy with him. He's giving confident and reserved and fine, and he's feeling her too. They talk about his love language being physical touch, and you know they vibe on that. You know that'd be the thing with Ready to Love. They be talking about what's your love language.
What's your love language? Everybody read that book, huh?
And so while they're talking, Dominica come and interrupt, and that's what you do. You know, Simone did that before. You know, hey, I need to see you over here. Because how you going to get the chance to get to know people? You got to talk to them.
You got to talk to them. You got to interact. And she did it well. She did it respectfully.
She did.
She wasn't rude about it. She did it respectfully, and they started having a conversation. But as she started having a conversation, there was another side conversation on the background by Charnice.
Charisse was like, we trying to coach Dominica into, you know, to quiet down a bit and cross her legs. And, you know. The shade. And Kayla was like, oh, wow, okay. And Brandy just looked like,
She's like, Dominica, what kind of name is that anyway? That's a stripper name?
Oh, yeah. She said, is that her stage name?
Her stage name?
Good gosh. I mean, they are steady talking about her. And the one thing is when Dominica was talking to Randall, you know, he said, I'm used to dating a woman that's the opposite of me. I'm more quiet. They might be more loud. But he's like, I don't know. Dominica is feeling like the homeboy. Yeah. I don't know about that. But yeah, Charisse just talked about her some kind of bad. And Kayla said, yeah, probably. Kayla said, you know, I think we should give her a chance. And Kayla was like, I mean, I'm a B. B-I-C-T-H. And in that order. But she was like, Charisse is taking the cake.
Taking the cake.
And
she was like, to give men a chance, not women.
Yeah. And Caleb was like, I'm going to tell Dominica what she said when I get a chance. And that's why he said she messy.
She messy. That's dry snitching, dog. She messy. I'm sorry. You don't. Y'all
How many y'all out there say dry snitching?
You over here.
Not just snitching. Dry snitching.
That's dry snitching. Yeah.
Dry humor.
Right.
Dry snitching.
Ain't no wet snitching. That girl didn't hear that, right? She didn't hear that conversation, so you keep that to yourself.
No.
You don't go tell her that. That's messy.
Yeah.
That creates chaos. That creates drama. You hold that one tight to the chest. Cause you just met this girl. Not like y'all. That's your girl from like 6 months ago, 6 years. This is a girl you just met. And you can go run tell that? Man, come on. Don't do it. Don't do it.
We hear Samson again. People having a conversation about love languages. He said his love language is acts of service. We see Charisse talking to Mike, sexy, chocolate, muscular. Mike, feeling Mike. Okay, they feeling him. He said he has 3.
You feeling Mike?
I might be.
Okay.
Why you trying to be smart? Mike said he has 3 kids, all by the same woman. All by the same woman. He said he was married. He married his childhood sweetheart. But they broke up. They just grew apart. And, you know, he's like, I want to settle down with somebody, but he, you know, and I want to settle down with somebody that meets my criteria.
Yes.
Charisse shares, again, you know, that she's never been married and all of that. She said she's got no kids, but she's got a dog named Lola. And Mike said his first impression of Charisse is like meeting a stranger that you're waiting on, you know, when you're waiting on your doctor's appointment. Just like, you know, you're just talking just to make small talk.
Just talk to me small talk.
He said she needs to loosen up. She needs to loosen up. Tommy comes talk to the guys. Who you feeling? Tommy said, the guy said they feeling Kayla. That bro, they pretty much named every daggone body. Kayla, Jamala, Brandy, Trinika, Kadian, Looney, and Shakira. They feeling them.
They gonna listen to the DMX song again. We need to start going out running names.
But Shakira also fell in the category. Some guys not feeling them.
I think Shakira. I'm feeling Shakira.
She seems like
nice enough pretty girl.
They also not feeling April. They're not feeling Dominica, too loud. They said that she too loud.
And Sharice.
And they're not feeling Sharice. And Devin was like, oh, they called Sharice mean. He was like, but I kind of like that.
You kind of like that.
He's like, I kind of like that. She real though. And he went back to the fact that she did comfort him, you know, when it came to the son situation. So anyway, when it's time for elimination, Tommy calls up Sharice. He calls up Dominica. And neither one of them get eliminated.
This is where I told my wife, aha. Tommy said 2 people. 2 people was going to get eliminated. So when Calvin eliminated himself, he became 1.
Right.
And then when, it wasn't LJ, it was the dude, Sean got eliminated, he became 2, which saved the 2 women. Because 2 people had left. She, on the other hand, they still should have sent a woman home. One of the women should have still left.
I feel like since one guy left, let's skip the men's elimination and eliminate a woman. Because the numbers are uneven. But, I mean, it is what it is.
They'll catch you back up.
But he said, you know, they got a second chance and y'all need to dig deep and get involved and fill each other out. And that is our Ready to Love cast. With this preview of them. We get to go a little deeper with them next week. And next week, the men have the power to eliminate ladies.
And this is going to be very interesting. This season, like, is going to be... Looking at the previews, like, this season is going to be a little bit fire. Like, a little bit juicy. And it looked like old girl Sharice will be in the middle of a whole bunch of mess. We'll see how long they keep her around. Hey, do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of our reviews, whether it's Married at First Sight, Ready to Love, or anything else that we review. Again, make sure you hit the subscribe button, bell notification. Let us know your thoughts on this episode of Ready to Love. Okay.
Thanks, y'all.
Thanks, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.